We were prepared for the treacherous drive we encountered last year on Phelps Creek Road, but we were delighted to find the road newly repaired. The parking was packed, but don't worry, at least today, most were here for Carne Mountain, and Phelps Creek Trail was very quiet. We were super impressed with the trail to the Meadow. Other than a few tree falls and minor water crossings this time of year, most of the trail was in impeccable shape. It was long and not terribly scenic after the beginning, but the nice wide, shaded trail with few obstacles over gradually rolling terrain made it a pleasant jaunt through the woods, and we made killer time. I have been wanting to backpack out here for years, but somehow every time something comes up. One year the road washed out, another we didn't plan early enough in the season. This is supposed to finally be the year. But this spring there was late snow, then this summer there was fire and smoke in the area. I was planning on a nice chill Sunday today to relax and unpack after a week of work travel. But when my friend said she was heading here today, I couldn't pass up the opportunity, and the perfect weather. I am so glad I said yes. Golden Valley is lovely. As I walk through it, I imagine the other seasons too. Early spring with the basin just starting to wake up with snow clinging to the peaks above. Later on, this place in bloom, bursting with wildflowers. So many reasons to come back and venture further into these mountains. There are nearly infinite hiking options in this area, and there are some resources in the links below. Today though, we are just here for the day, and our objective lies straight ahead, about 2,000 feet above us, Larch Knob. Getting there is a completely different kind of hike than getting to the basin, but mostly the fun kind that gives you ever-changing views to admire as you catch your breath. It is rough, steep, and rocky, with steep drops, so some concentration is required, and there are a couple steps that would have been a struggle with heavy pack. The fun part is having to concentrate on your feet so much that the view feels like a surprise each time you stop. I don't know when I first heard of this place, but the first time I really took note of it was a chance meeting with a five-finger shoe-wearing woman at Mount Baker, who I teamed up with to do some scrambling. She said she has been hiking in Washington her entire life, but this is the one place that draws her back every year. After that, I felt like every few months someone would mention it. The cathedral-like basin, the incredible wildflowers, colorful rocks, but surprisingly, no one ever mentioned the Larches. The concentration here is nowhere near what it is over at Carne Mountain, with its golden passageways, or many other more popular places, but they seem to crown every peak around the basin. And when you have a toilet with a view like this, I feel like you really can't complain. I just love how soft these needles are. They seem so delicate, but these trees are specialists, growing in some of the harshest areas. Maybe the softness helps them flex in the wind, giving the trees less wind resistance, allowing the trees to survive at high elevations without getting beat up as much by the storms? I don't know. They do deal with some pretty punishing conditions up here, so it is no surprise that these trees are relatively short-lived. But in rare cases, they can survive over 1,000 years. They also are adapted to deal with temperatures nearing negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Historically, larchwood was coveted by everyone from boat builders to coffin carpenters. Today they are still harvested for lumber, and are a fairly quickly renewable tree crop because they can grow up to 4 feet per year. No harvesting here though, just enjoying. Supposedly if you continue down this path through Spider Gap, there are even more on the other side of the pass. But that would have to be an adventure for another time. The pass typically maintains some snow year-round, and is home to the quickly disappearing Spider Glacier, so travel at any time of year may require some gear and preparation. From the pass, you can continue to the Lyman Lakes, link up with the PCT, or even hike down through Holden Village to Lake Chelan and take the ferry back. If you want to stay the night in this magical place, there's a water source and several options, but you may need to contend with some of the same winds that these trees do, so choose carefully. The wind was so strong at lunch that we were afraid my mini tripod phone was going to fly away, even weighed down with rocks. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. There are hiking resources below and information on free ways to help support this channel. The easiest is liking and subscribing. Thank you. Happy exploring.